Salve a tutti ragazzi, io sono Albi7 e bentornati in un nuovo video di Dragon Age Inquisition. Ci rimangono questi due tizi a parlare con questi due tizi. Ok, no, guardavo solo una cosa perché sulla mappa è segnato.
Something is
Quindi
troubling me, Inquisitor. Leliana is receiving reports of mages. No one is dealing with these matters. I was hoping we might, before they get worse.
siamo molto impegnati, non siamo...
We
Vabbè,
can
certo.
certainly look into it.
I will mark these incidents on the map as I learn of them, and I would be
Okay.
pleased to accompany you if and when you investigate.
Indaga, parlami di
I
te.
have some more questions.
Why am I not surprised?
Sei una reale navariana, come sei diventata mano destra, per ora è tutto. Sei una
You're a
reale
member of
navariana.
Navarra's royal family?
The Pentaghasts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives, and they have them. Oh yes. The Pentaghasts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
Per questo te ne sei andata?
And you joined the Seekers to get away from that?
It was a life worth getting away from. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
Parlami di
You don't seem to
Navarra.
like your homeland much.
What little I saw of my homeland was through the bar. My uncle treated me like a porcelain doll to be placed on a shelf. Thus I did not see Navarra, the real Navarra, until much later. By then I realized I knew it not at all.
E i tuoi
Your
genitori?
uncle? What?
They had the misfortune of taking the wrong side in the second attempt to... The king executed them, but spared my brother and I since we were family. Thus we were raised by my uncle, a Mortalitasi who preferred the company of his corpses to the living.
Mortalità.
Your uncle was a Mortalitasi.
The Mortalitasi supervised the crypts, like priests. Uncle Nevarans spend more time honoring dead relatives than they do with living ones. It is odd to be so fascinated with death and its trappings. I will never understand.
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony.
Ok, come sei
Another
diventata
time,
una mano
perhaps.
destra?
So what's the story about you becoming the right hand?
Sweet Andra. It was, what, 18, 20 years ago? Some still The tale gets bigger each time it's told. I barely recognize myself within it now.
Sei troppo
I'm sure you're
modesta.
just being modest.
I was there. To hear others tell it, I alone saved divine Beatrix from a horde of dragons sent... Rather impressive for such a young seeker, wouldn't you?
And the truth is?
I stumbled upon a conspiracy to kill Beatrix. And there was a dragon battle at the Grand Cathedral, but I had help from loyal mages. They freed the dragons from magical control. Without them, yet I became the right hand, and they are forgotten.
Sei
You're
deliziosa.
delightful, you know that?
No, I do not know that.
I beg to differ.
Who could have guessed the Inquisitor would be so odd?
I'll let you get back
Beh,
to
però è
work.
tutto. Ok, vedete ragazzi perché bisogna parlare
Yes.
alla gente, cioè...
I
Parlami
have
di
some
te.
more questions.
Why am I not surprised?
No, beh,
I'll let you get back
parlato
to
di
work.
suo fratello.
Yes?
Indaga, parlami dei
Can you tell me
cercatori.
more about the Seekers?
The Seekers of Truth were born from the original Inquisition. Seekers stood above the Templars, watching over them but also investigating magical events they couldn't. We were meant to be incorruptible, above reproach. How seldom does reality match the ideal?
Cosa sono i
What are
i
Seekers
cercatori?
exactly?
We do not use lyrium, however. Our abilities are different, as was our original purpose. We disciplined the Templars and were accountable only to the Divine. And not even her, truthfully.
Hanno fallito.
Sounds like the Seekers didn't do their job very well.
No. The Templars have always feared us. When a Seeker erupts, that kind of power is troubling. You begin to think you are the only... If you don't see a problem, it doesn't exist. If someone insists it does, they are the blind ones.
Non si può
You think that
risolvere?
kind of problem could ever...
Possibly. Though the Seekers themselves, they were clearly not willing to, even though they abandoned everything they stood for. In my heart, I believe they can still be salvaged, but not by their own hands.
Quali
You
facoltà
mentioned the
possiedi?
Seekers have different abilities than...
Entirely. A Templar's abilities come from lyrium, and ours come from ritual and many years of dedicated training. Seekers can gain other gifts, though that depends on the individual.
E tu quali doti
What kind of
possiedi?
gifts do you have?
I can set the lyrium within a person's blood aflame. Both. Some Seekers use it to interrogate. Others... Once there was a Seeker who could use it to kill. That particular gift is considered rare.
E
Why
perché
did
si
your
sono
order turn
ribellati?
against the chant?
We originally united with the Chantry through a treaty that's... It was felt Most Holy had tacitly allowed the Circle of Magi to vote on it. The Seekers saw themselves as justified, and they led the Templars into a war of righteousness.
You
Questo
sound like you
disapprovi?
disagree.
We looked into reports of Knight Commander Meredith's harsh treatment of her child, but we found so many shocking cases of magical corruption. If we'd been there when it happened, if we'd looked harder at the root causes,
Fu inevitabile, sono d'accordo.
You're right. Something should have been.
when faced with a problem, the Seekers would close ranks. We would find an answer, but only once we... The moment the mages voted for independence, our response was predictable. It was difficult to watch.
E come si
How
diventa
does someone
cercatori?
Most Seekers begin training in their youth. I was much older. We train rigorously for years. Our bodies and minds must be elastic to undergo the vigil, and most fail even then.
Cos'è la
Is the
veglia?
vigil some kind of initiation?
It is the rite every Seeker must go through in a full year of fasting, prayer, and separation from all distract. We empty ourselves of all emotion, focusing only on the purity of... And the moment it finally ends, it's wonderful. Faith realized. I cannot put it into words.
I wish I could experience that.
If the vigil was not so arduous, what if mages never needed to fear possession? I'm told it is impossible, however. I suppose I'll never know the truth of it now.
Beh, però era
I've no
abbastanza
more
così.
questions.
E comunque se ve lo chiedete sì, l'ho notato anch'io che qua c'è... Non so se voi l'avete notato invece. Non c'è più, c'era una linea. Non c'è più. L'ultimo ragazzi e poi torniamo alla nostra. Ti
You're
proteggerò.
worried about magic.
My blade pretty much protects me.
Perhaps I
E
can
quale
do
delle
things
due
your
lame?
blade can't.
I don't know.
Attenzione!
It has blood groove. Well,
Cosa?
technically it's the fuller, but blood groove sounds so much more. Inquisitor, huh? Speaking of which, when you've got a second, there's something I want to show you.
Parlami del
I'd
bene.
like to know more about your work with the Ben Hasrath.
Ben Hasrath is actually a general term. You've got the secret police who investigate problems inside our territory. You've got the re-educators who take people with problems, and then you've got the spies.
Rieducatori?
Re-educators.
I only know the basics. What keep a man awake long enough? Ask the right questions, give the right potion. You don't need blood magic or demons to change someone's mind. We're a lot more fragile than we'd like to believe.
My parents told me stories about what...
Yes, you were lucky your parents... The weak minds get bent into the right shape. They'd have given you a poison called Kamek. You'd have been a polite, happy, and you'd have had a handler to help you eat and make sure you didn't crap your pants.
Tu non sei nessuno
None of
tra
those
questi, no?
sound exactly like...
Yeah, they sent me to Saharan because they needed someone who could fight. That whole island was a sack of cats. Incursions from Tevinter, Tal-Vashath, and native rebels fighting both sides. And in the middle, me, trying to wrangle the rebels and restore order.
Una vera
Can't
impresa.
imagine that was...
Nope. One day I woke up and couldn't think of a damned reason to keep doing my job. Turned myself into the re-educators.
Un atto
Not many
coraggioso.
people would have the courage.
I thought about letting some rebel kill me, but I couldn't. The Ben Hasrath ordered me to go to Orlais, ostensibly. That's how I ended up here.
Ci aveva
I'm
permesso
glad
di...
you're here, Bull.
Me too.
If you ever need to talk more
Attenzione.
about all this, let me know.
Nah. Thanks, though. What's going on?
Parlami di
There
noi
are few here
cunari.
who know what it means to be Kunari.
You're not Canary. You're Tal-Vashath. World of difference.
Avrei voluto conoscere alcuni. Ne vado
My
fuori.
parents raised me to be free. I'm
Fine. You didn't turn into a murdering bandit, so I guess we're fine. You want to know anything about the Canary? Since we're talking about them.
Cos'hai
What's
contro i
your problem
Talvash?
with Talvashoth?
As Ben Hasrath, my job back home was keeping the peace. Talvashath turned their back on all that. Decided that the Qun is not perfect, but at least there's some sense to it.
I miei non è
My
così.
parents weren't like that. They lived peacefully and raised me as well as any human.
Well, good. They aren't the kind... Look, if you're worried I'm going to attack you, you're not the kind I hate.
Come
How
governano?
do the Kunari rule themselves?
The priesthood figures out how Kunari should live in theory, the matriarchy, and the military keeps the Kunari safe from outside threats.
Non c'è alcun
Does it actually
dissenso.
work like that?
Not like you're thinking of. People disagree, yeah, but the priests are there. Here in Olay, politicking comes from people putting their own... If you do that among the Kunari, the Ben Hasrath sets you straight. Or kill you.
Perfetto. È vero che
I
non vi
heard there's no
sposate?
marriage among the Kunari. Kunari don't have sex.
Attenzione.
Oh, we definitely have sex. They're Tamasrans who pop your cork whenever
Attenzione.
they need it.
Seriously.
Sometimes it's this long, involved thing it takes all. Other times you're in and out in 5 minutes. Thank you. See you next week.
Non conosco...
Never really
Attenzione.
made love. Connected with someone in both.
I don't know. One time they used this thing called the Sato Nerapan. It's a... That wasn't really my soul, though. Also, there were more than 2 people.
Attenzione. Come
How
la
is
vita
everyday life
quotidiana.
different for
Depends on your job, I guess. A baker in Valroyo gets up, gets dressed, and starts work. A baker in Pop... They don't care about the Empire or the Qun. Mostly they worry about breaking eggs and hope the dough rises right.
Ma
It can't be exactly the same. The Kunari have no...
How many personal freedoms do you figure that baker in Valroyo... The baker in Parvolin wonders if she'll be given enough eggs to do her work. Will the kitchen workers get her bread while it's fresh, or will they come late and blame her 'cause it's... Same crap in Valroyo. People are just people.
Come si...
What's it like growing up under the Qun?
The Tamasrans raise us in these units of kids all our own age. They're like teachers, or... They also help figure out what jobs we should do. They had me pegged for military work early. When they learned I could hit stuff and lie, they started training me for the Ben Hasra.
Non crescete in
You never knew
famiglia?
your parents.
No, I know for you. The Tamasrans were like our parents, though. Taught us to read, helped us go to... I remember the one who helped me build things with blocks. She laughed when I knocked everything down.
E se alcuno
You
invadesse
never
il
think
Teles?
about what would happen if the Kunari
Some folks, like Cassandra or Cullen, would do fine if they didn't die fighting. Those two love... Can you imagine Solus trying his fade dreaming under the
Vabbè,
cube?
d'altronde con la sua
Or
pelata.
Dorian thinking of someone... They'd kill Cole, because, you know, demon. And Varric would mouth off one too many... So, to answer your question, no. I don't think about it much at all.
Che significa
The word
Kunari?
Kunari. Does it mean what we are, the race?
Depends on who you ask. Are you Canari or Talvasha? The humans and elves who follow the Qun are the Vida. The Canari who break away from the Qun are Talvasha. Deserters.
E quelli
What
precedenti
about
alcuni?
Kunari who existed before?
The people we came from. They're called the Kossith. But we don't use... We came south to Thedas because the Kossith were... But I don't expect they look much like us. Whatever they are.
Ok,
See you later.
arrivederci. E
Nice talking
facciamo
to you, boss.
quella cosa se ci dice che
What
ci
can I do
doveva...
for you?
Vabbè, perché
So
Toro
how
di
did you
Ferro
get the name Iron Bull?
You know how it is. Even growing up Talvashath, I figure your parents chose yours the same way. Nice going on a Dar, by the way. Weapon. I like that.
Why specifically Iron?
This may surprise you. Also, it's the Iron Bull, technically. It makes it sound like I'm not even a person, just a mindless... That really works for me.
See you later, Bull.
Allora, dici un
Nice
po' cosa,
talking with you, boss.
cosa ci devi
What can I
mostrare.
do for you?
What did you want me to come see?
Here, come on. I'll show you.
Ok, andiamo. Vediamo cosa ci mostra.
Why am I dressed like this?
You'll see. Come on. It'll be worth your time, I promise.
Sì.
Evening. Iron Bull. My merc band just joined up.
Tanner. I'm from Jader. Well, near Jader.
Mira. I was guard captain for Lady Pendel. Signed on after shit blew up at the Conclave. Share a drink? Who's your friend?
This is Grim. He doesn't talk much.
Ma sì, dai.
It's a pleasure.
Hey, Graham. Do I know you from somewhere?
So, you ready to kill some demons? Or Venatori, or whatever that Corypheus asshole is?
This isn't just about killing. We're helping the Inquisitor save the world and build the next empire.
Beh, l'inquisitore in
Sounds like
gamba,
the
sì, facciamoci
Inquisitor
un
is
po'
doing
di...
some good work.
Well, long as I get paid, I'm happy. That's why I signed up.
I just couldn't spend my whole
Gente, la
life on a
gente da
farm.
dietro a parare
Needed to live a
all'improvviso.
little, you know.
What about you, Mira? Why'd you join up? I thought you were serving some noble.
I saw what happened at Haven. The Inquisitor staring down that monster and his
Scusa, non ci ha riconosciuto, ma signora. Vabbè che l'Alzheimer ogni tanto fa...
But you can't see something like that
fa
and not
sentire.
believe.
Well, Grim and I should find our tents. Thanks for the drink.
Signora.
I know every soldier under my command. You don't have that option. But a few faces might help.
Perché,
You made
perché
it
parlate
sound
così?
like you didn't like the Inquisition.
People don't always tell the truth when you're polite. You've got to poke them a bit.
Mischi una brutta figura.
Those two soldiers might think you're an arsehole.
So,
È stato utile.
It was good to get their perspective.
yeah. Sounds like we could use an easy win for boys like Tanner. And vets like Mira have seen enough to be wary. You've got a good army coming along. Remember that. No matter what comes next.
Ok. Quindi ragazzi, ora possiamo andare tipo qua dentro. Andiamo in perlustration. Zitti,
Here.
zitti.
Tell the commander that this is the perfect spot for the armory.
Right away.
Non si sale, mi scusi. Ah, sì. Non vedevo, mi scusi. Di qua si passa. Allora, se c'è qualcosa, ma dubito. Perfetto, e ci rebuttiamo di qua. Qui si entra. Nope. Ma il tavolo di guerra, va bene, adesso ci andiamo, tranquilli. Salve. Occhio che mo ce ne caschiamo. Chi è qua? Ah, il signor Varric. Bene?
That got a little heated. You all right?
Well, that depends. How angry is Cassandra? I wasn't
Perché non
trying
si
to
vede
keep
un occhio?
secrets. I told the Inquisition everything that seemed important at the time.
Sapevi di Corypheus, ti credo. Sapevi di
You
Corypheus.
could have told us about Corypheus sooner.
I found out he was involved at exactly the same time you did. Until he showed up at Haven, I thought he was dead. Nothing we saw at the summit made me think he'd been there. I know I need to do better. I'm sorry.
Va bene, va bene. Non ti preoccupare.
Corypheus is back. Oh, shit.
Cosa c'è di
You
preciso?
said he was a Darkspawn or a Magister. What is he really?
I'm not sure. I don't think Corypheus really knows either. He's definitely a Darkspawn, but when we found him, it was pretty obvious he hadn't heard that. He thinks he's a Magister, a priest of Dumat, in fact. He says he broke into the Golden City, like in the Chantry tale.
L'hai già
If you
sconfitto?
and Hawk defeated him once, we can do it again.
We didn't just think Corypheus was dead. He was dead. No pulse, no breath, full of stab wounds. There wasn't a lot of room for doubt. It makes me wonder. I thought the Wardens imprisoned Corypheus to use him. Maybe they did it because he can't be killed.
Come trovasse quella
How
prigione?
did you and Hawk even wind up in a Grey Warden prison for ancient Darkspawn?
Corypheus sent people after Hawk. He actually got control of an entire Carter clan. Made them drink darkspawn blood. Weird shit. We tracked the Carter to an old dwarven fort or something in the mountains. Of course, it turned out to be a trap. They needed
Bene.
Hawk's blood to open the locks holding Corypheus, and they drew us into the prison to get it.
Scopriremo come
There has to
ucciderlo.
be a way to defeat Corypheus. We'll find it, don't worry.
I hope you're right. Maker's breath, what have I let loose?
Non è colpa
You
tua,
had
sono
nothing to do with
tranquillo.
this, Varric.
I was the one who led Hawk to Corypheus. If I hadn't tracked the Carter to that ruin. But you've got more important things to do than listen to me worry. Just let
Non so
me
se
know
avete
when you
notato
want
comunque
something shot.
la spada... Dov'è? Tanto continuano ad esserci. È un brutto momento.
Is this a bad time? I can come back.
No, it's all
Guardate
right.
la spadina lì.
Skills are really not that
Fatta sul...
engrossing. I've been meaning to come talk to you anyhow. I never officially joined the Inquisition. I don't know how to do this disciplehood thing. I'm a businessman. Never really followed a chosen one before.
Sì, soltanto mio amico, non doveva improvvisare, seguimi, doveva improvvisare.
I don't even know how to deal with all this. Just make something up. It'll be fine.
Oh, so we're saving the world through bullshit now?
Beh,
All right, I can manage that.
e allora?
You just don't know what you are to the people out there. The Herald of Andraste is a symbol bigger than any of us.
Cosa
So
rappresenta?
what exactly am I to the people out there?
The sky tears open, demons everywhere. To ordinary folks, these are the end times. The only hope they have is you. You're the sign that somebody might hear their prayers. That maybe they're not abandoned after all. You heard the crowd singing after Haven was attacked?
Beh, sono sempre...
Whatever I am to Thedas, I'm still just an ordinary person.
So, just a regular person, like anybody else. Right. I should probably get back to work. Unless, you up for a game of Wicked Grace?
Ma sì. Vai, vai. Ok. Vabbè ragazzi, io vi ringrazio per aver seguito questo video. Vi ricordo al solito di lasciare un bel like, un commento per farmi sapere la vostra, una condivisione che non fa male, e perché no, iscrivetevi al canale. Non vi preoccupate ragazzi che dal prossimo episodio inizieremo con le missioni principali. Purtroppo anche questo qua ci tocca. Darvi con tutto. Ciao a tutti.